Welcome to this episode of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, we're going to be doing a bit of unboxing of this undescript box here. So what's in it? Well, let's go ahead and get it open and find out. Whoa, pretty. Anyways, we got the box open and it's in a nice plastic container, and there's a good reason for that. So I'm going to open it up, and what this is an intelligent air quality meter. So, okay, welcome back. So one of the things that I did is after I unboxed it, I actually charged this, went through its calibration procedures, which can take around 20 minutes or so, initialized it and all that stuff. So we could talk a little bit about what this does. And so I could kind of share with you what type of measurements this makes and sort of how it works. So let's talk a little bit of how it works. So if we turn the unit over, what we have is in the back, we have several different sensors, and we also have a fan that moves the air. There's a little fan mode up here, and it moves the air through here. I'm not sure if it sucks it in here, blows it out here, or sucks it in here, blows it out, because you really can't feel a convection, but you can feel a fan running in there. Now if we turn it over, before we get there, so it does have a power switch on the side here, on off, pretty basic, and it does have a micro USB charging port because it does have a lithium battery in it. Now on the screen, what we have is we have battery indicator, so it shows our battery life as well as time, and you can set the time in the menu, and I'll talk about that in a second. Also has a sort of rag or red, amber, green configuration here that tells you the status based upon set parameters. It measures formaldehyde, so the HCHO is a measurement for formaldehyde, and this is in milligrams per meter. And then we have total volatile organic compounds, and that also is in milligrams per meter. And then we have PM 2.5 particulate measurement, which are particles down to 2.5 microns, and then we have a 10 micron or PM 10. So these are larger particles, these are smaller particles. Now it's the 2.5 which I'm very interested in for the tests I'm going to do with 3D printers, because one of the things that they indicated in a lot of the studies is especially ABS, HIPS, nylon, and others release a lot of microparticles. So I expect to see those roughly in this range. So we'll check that out. So this basically is what you get on the screen. Now this center button here actually controls the menu function. So we have system settings, which another press, whoops, sorry, I go back here. I got a little ahead of myself. So this selects the menu function, then we have OK and back. So if we want to select system setting, which is what I wanted to do, you press this button over here, the select button, and then we have off time. So basically, if we press the select button again, we can select, kind of move up and down this. So I've got it selected for 20 minutes. You can go up to 2 days, but you're going to obviously need to charge the battery. And so, oops, keep pushing the round button here. So if we go back here, so again, we can look at the version, and so Win 10. And then, so we leave it at to default. So you can do a factory reset here. We can also do time settings here to change the time. I don't want to do that because it's kind of a pain in the butt to change the time and go through it all. We can also go down here to alarm settings. So we can set various alarms for example, formaldehyde, and turn alarms on or off. You can see here, I can click this. We can go down once again to sensor calibration. This is what you want to do when you first get the unit, is calibrate the sensor. The other thing you can do is you can move down to, for example, formaldehyde record. So if I press this OK button, what we do is we see a graph here of the formaldehyde, and I've actually let this run for a couple hours, and thankfully there's really no formaldehyde in my house, so that's a good thing. So we hit back, and then what we do is go down again. Total volatile organic compounds, can hit OK, and same thing here. We really don't see any, so I really look forward to using these for the 3D printer thing, measuring the output from different filaments. So we hit back, and then again we can go down to 2.5 records, same thing, OK. As we can see here, we have another graph again, really haven't had any readings here, and we can go back, and then it just sort of cycles back through, and that's seems to be pretty much the end of it. I don't see where it shows records for 10 PM10, but however, if it's going to register PM10, I think it's going to also do a 2.5, because I think, you know, between 2.5 and 10 is just going to be the delta between those two, if that makes sense. So let's go back. So again, we're back here, and I want to go back to the menu, so we have that. And that's basically about it. Now, this does come with a USB connector, and the piece that you saw, if I go back here, was if I go down to, if I go select System Settings, and then I go to Version, I hit OK, I hit Windows 10, and I got Windows 10 here. I did try plugging this into my computer because of the Amazon sales page wasn't really too clear on it, but it sort of indicated that logging from this went to the computer. I've yet to really figure that out. If you guys see this and you have one and I haven't figured it out yet, please leave in the comments below, because I've connected the two up. Now, you do charge via this USB cable, and the manual really doesn't talk about it. The manual's pretty weak. Unfortunately, I left the manual back on my desk when I made this video. It's a very short one. I'll also post the manual online too, so you'll have a link to it. So if you want to see this beforehand, you can kind of get an idea. Anyways, I played around with this around the house, in the shop. It does seem to be very interesting. It kind of changes where I would expect it to change, so my guess is it's working. You know, because again, I've taken it into areas and introduced volatile organic compounds, and the number changes. I take them away, it changes, so that all seems to work. I really don't have any formaldehyde to test. In particulate matter, I really haven't tested that either. So again, a lot more testing to go, but this is more so an unboxing, and I kind of wanted to share the different pieces of this with you guys as we go through this, because I am going to do some tests with this, again, with various different filaments. So also, if there's something you'd like to see or know about this, let me know in the comments below, or a certain test maybe you would like me to do. I'm happy to entertain that and see how all that works. So anyways, hopefully you found it interesting. Don't forget, Swag Shop's going to be up there in the corner. Subscribe. I put out regular content. Let me know in the comments below if you have one of these, you're thinking about getting one of these. I know there's several different versions of this. I was looking at a more expensive one, but this was like 99 bucks. So I figured I'd give it a flyer, and so far seems to be okay for what I'm using it for. I'm not sure if I was, you know, professional HVAC guy, this would be my choice. I don't know. If you guys are out there, professional HVAC guy, let me know what you think about it. RJ Make, I'd be interested in hearing your opinion on this too, because I know you're in the business and you know a lot about this stuff. So anyways, again, Swag Shop, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.
Please click like below and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on all of our projects.